Good morning everyone, my name is Dr. Saurabh Roy. I welcome you all in the lecture of Microwave Engineering. So in this lecture we will discuss about some numerical related to the first unit, okay. So and we also solve some gate questions. So first see the first question. The cutoff frequency of a waveguide depends upon, there are four options there. First one is the dimension of the waveguide. Second one is the dielectric property of the medium. Third one is the characteristics impedance of the medium, and fourth one is the transverse and axial components of the fields. So first see the first point, what is the frequency of the waveguide? So cutoff frequency, we know that cutoff frequency we can calculate. The cutoff frequency we know for a rectangular waveguide equal to 1 by 2 root over mu epsilon root over m by a whole square plus n by b whole square. Okay, so that is the cutoff frequency of a rectangular waveguide. So whenever we will see this particular equation, so here a is the length in the x direction and b is the length is y direction. So our first point is, sorry, it depends on the dimension of the waveguide, because a and b is the dimensional length of the waveguide. Now coming to the next point, the dielectric property of the medium. Yes, obviously it is depends on the dielectric property of the medium, because root over mu and epsilon in the cutoff frequency. So root over mu and epsilon depends on the dielectric of the medium. Okay. So in this case the answer is both a and b. So dimension of the waveguide as well as the dielectric property of the medium. Okay. So the answer is a and b. So from a and b is the dimension of the waveguide, that is a answer, and another one is c, which it depends on the velocity. So that is the dielectric property of the medium. For a air medium we are considering c equal to 1 by root over mu epsilon, but in another medium c value will be changes. Now we will see the next question. For a normal mode electromagnetic wave propagating in a hollow rectangular waveguide, the phase velocity is greater than the velocity of light in free space. The phase velocity is greater than group velocity. Another thing, the phase velocity is less than the velocity of light in free space. And last option is the phase velocity may be either greater than or less than group velocity. So first see what is the equation for the phase velocity. So phase velocity equation we know, or we already find out in the last or previous lecture, c divided by root over 1 minus omega c by omega whole square, or we can mention this equation 1 minus fc by f whole square. So whenever is wave propagating through the waveguide, the frequency should be greater than the cutoff frequency. So f should be greater than the fc. So whenever f is greater than fc, then this value is less than 1. So if this value is less than 1, then phase velocity is greater than the velocity of light in free space. So our first point is correct. Okay. Next come to the group velocity. So we know the group velocity bg equal to c root over 1 minus fc by f whole square. So if f is greater than fc, then this value is always less than 1. So if this value is always less than 1, then group velocity is less than the velocity of light. Okay. So if group velocity is less than the velocity of light, but phase velocity is greater than the velocity of light, so we can write down this Bp is always lesser than the velocity of light in free space. Okay. So earlier case we find out the phase velocity is always greater than the velocity of c. So and Bg is always less than c. So we can say that Bp is always greater than Bg from this particular two equation. Okay. So our first point, the phase velocity is greater than the light in free space. Another one, the phase velocity is always greater than the group velocity. So the answer is A and B. Clear? So now we will move to the next part. A rectangular waveguide has dimension is given 1 centimeter and 0.5 centimeter. Find its cutoff frequency. So we know the rectangular waveguide, the cutoff frequency equation is Fc equal to c by 2 root over m by a whole square plus n by b whole square. So for a rectangular waveguide, the dominant mode is T10. Okay. So dominant mode T is 10. So m value is 1 there and n value is 0. Okay. So if we place the value of 1 there, then we'll get, and n is 0, so we'll get the equation is Cm divided by twice A. So C we know 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, M value is 1, 2 is there, and A value is 1 centimeter. We can write 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. So from this equation we can write down 1.5 into 10 to the power 10 hertz, or we can write down 15 gigahertz. Okay. So the answer will be C. Okay. So first we will write down its cutoff frequency, and dominant mode, its value will be, the cutoff frequency is, here nothing is given. So the dominant mode for a transverse electric mode, T is 10 for a rectangular waveguide. So we find out it's the lowest frequency where the cutoff frequency, then the rectangular waveguide passes other frequency also. After that, all the frequency it, all mode it is existed, means all frequency it will transverse from. So that is the cutoff frequency for a rectangular waveguide. Now we'll see the next question. So a rectangular waveguide has dimension is 1 centimeter and other centimeter. Find its cutoff frequency. Already we find. Now we'll see the next question. A rectangular waveguide filled with a dielectric material with relative permittivity is given, that is 4, and has the inside dimension A 3 centimeter, B 1.2 centimeter. Find its cutoff frequency for dominant mode. So we know the dominant mode, the mode which having lowest cutoff frequency. For a rectangular waveguide, the dominant mode is T10. For a rectangular waveguide, the dominant mode is T10. So we will find its cutoff frequency for T10 mode. So we know the cutoff frequency Fc equal to 1 by 2 root over mu epsilon root over m by a whole square plus n by b whole square. Okay. So why we have write down the value of root over mu epsilon instead of C? Because it is here other permittivity is given, that is 4, not is filled by air dielectric. So if we will place this value, so we will get 1 by 2 root over mu naught mu r epsilon naught epsilon r. So mu r equal to 1. So epsilon r equal to 4 and epsilon naught value. Okay. And this value for dominant mode, n equal to 0 and m equal to 1. So dominant mode is TE10 mode. Okay. So m value if we will place 1, so we will get m square by s square only. This part will become 0. So this equation further we can write C 1 by root over mu epsilon, we can consider C by 4 into m by a. Okay. So C value we know 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter, m value is 1, 4 into a value is given, that is 3 centimeter. So if you place all the value 3 into 10 to the power 8 into m value is 1 divided by 4 into a value is 3 centimeter, 3 into 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. So from this equation 3 we can cancel. So 1 by 4, that is 0.25 into 10 to the power 10, or we can mention that 2.5 gigahertz. So the cutoff frequency for dominant mode will be 2.5 gigahertz. So answer is 2.5 gigahertz. Okay. Now we'll see the next question. A rectangular waveguide having T10 mode has dominant mode having a cutoff frequency of 18 gigahertz for the TE30 mode. The inner Broadwell dimension of the waveguide is, so we should find out the value of A. So here given thing is, for TE30 mode, the frequency is 18 gigahertz. So we know the frequency expression for TE30 mode, the FC will become, so FC we can write FC equal to C by 2 into M equal to 3 by A. Okay. So FC is given there is 18 gigahertz. Okay. And M value is 3. So that's why we written that FC will be 18 into 10 to the power 9, 3 equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 into 3 divided by 2A. So from this equation we can find out the value of A. So 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power, so there 10 will be remaining, 3, 6 times 3, again 2. So we will get A equal to 1 by 40 meter. Okay. So whenever 1 by 40, we can mention it 100 divided by 40 centimeter. So 5 by 2 centimeters. So that is the answer for inner broad wall dimension. That is, we are finding out this broad wall dimension, that is the value of A. Okay. So the answer is A equal to 5 by 2 centimeter. Now we'll see the next question. So a rectangular waveguide of internal dimension A and B is given, is to operated in TE10 mode. The minimum cutoff frequency is. So you should find out the value of FC for M equal to 1, N equal to 1 and A equal to 4 and B equal to 3. So we'll use this particular equation, that is FC equal to C by 2 root over M by A whole square plus N by B whole square. Okay. So here A value is given, B value is given, as well as M value is 1 and N value is also 1. So from this particular, and C value we know 3, C equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, because here AR dielectric is considered. So for FC we can calculate. So FC value will be, the value will come 6.25 gigahertz. Okay. Now we'll see the next question. The longitudinal component of a magnetic field is given, that is Hz value. So find its A value and B value is also given. So propagation, the mode of propagation. So we are finding out the value of M and N by using this magnetic longitudinal component. So here we will see the main things here. Hz component is given. So if Hz is present, so that is the magnetic field is present. So the mode will be transverse electric. So answer will be either this one or this one. So we should find out the value of M and N. So this value will be, because mode of propagation in the magnetic field is in the z direction, so the electric field component will be 0. So mode of propagation will be transverse electric. Okay. Now we'll find out the value from, we know this one is the cos m pi by A value, cos m pi by A. Okay. So m pi by A is 25 pi. Okay. So pi we can cancel and we can write down A equal to m by 25. Okay. So m is given, sorry, we will find out the value of m equal to 25A. So A value is given, A value is given how much? A value is 0.08. So 25 into 0.08. Okay. So the value of m will be 2. So from m is 2. So the answer will be direct this one. Okay. In other way also we can find out the value of n pi by B. So from n pi this one. Okay. So n pi by B is 30.3. Okay. So B value we know 30.3 into pi. So pi get cancelled. So n will be 30.3 into B value. So B value is given. B value is 0.033 meter. So from this equation we can find out the B value, N value is 0.9999. So the answer is 1. Okay. So the answer is transverse electric mode, M value is 2 and N value is 1. So answer is C. Now we'll see the next question. An air-filled, so that is the assignment you should solve. An air-filled rectangular waveguide of internal dimension is given S centimeter, B centimeter, has a cutoff frequency 6 gigahertz for the dominant TE10 mode. For the same waveguide, if the cutoff frequency of the TM11 mode is 15 gigahertz, okay, the cutoff frequency of TE10 mode in gigahertz is. Okay, so here things is given for cutoff frequency for TE10 mode is given, okay, as well as the cutoff frequency for TM11, that is also given, that is 15 gigahertz. So you should find out the cutoff frequency for TE01 mode. Okay. So from first equation we are finding out the value of FC. We know FC equal to C by 2 into M by A. Okay. Because N value is 0. Similarly for this equation, from this equation we will find out the value of A value, because other values is given. M value is 1, C value we know, this value is given. So we will find out the value of A. Okay. So we will place the value of A in this particular equation, the TM11 and we can find out the value of B. Okay. So if we will find out the value of B, then from this equation, so here M value is 1, N value is 1, so M is 1, N is 1, and A and B value is given. A value is known, we should find out the value of B, FC value is given. So from this equation we will find out the value of FC. Okay. So after finding out the B value for a TE01 mode, we can find out its cutoff frequency. Okay, because M and N value is here, N value is 1, M is 0 given. So from this equation, FC equal to C by 2 root over M by A whole square plus N by B whole square. Using this equation, we can find out its cutoff frequency for TE01 mode. Okay. So the value will come 13.75 gigahertz. Please check it after finding out the answer question. Now we'll see the next question or last question. The magnetic field component is given Hz. So the omega t minus beta z. The phase velocity of the wave inside the waveguide satisfied given A and B. Okay. So those things are given. Here this equation is given, A and B also value is given. We should find out its phase velocity. So whenever we will find out its phase velocity, we know the equation is C divided by root over 1 minus omega C by omega whole square. So first we will find out the value of omega C and omega. So omega value we will find out, we can find out from this equation. So omega t minus, so omega equal to 6.283 into 10 to the power 10. Okay. So we can convert it into F also. So F will be 10 to the power 10 Hertz. Okay. Or we can mention it F equal to 10 gigahertz. Now we should find out the value of omega C or cutoff frequency. So for finding out the value of cutoff frequency, so we should find out the value of M pi by, we know this one M pi by M, this one N pi by B. So M pi by A we equal to, we will mention this particular 2.0.94 into 100. Okay. So from this equation, if we will place the value of, we can find out the value of M by A, just divided by pi value. So 3 pi value will divide, then we will get M by A value. Similarly, from this N pi by B also, we can find out the value of N by B. Okay. So N by B will become this part 2.618 into 100 divided by pi value 3.14. So we can calculate the value of N by B also divided by whole things divided by pi value 2.618 into 100 divided by pi. Okay. So if we will find out the value of M by A and N by B, so cutoff frequency will be FC equal to C by 2 root over M by A whole square plus N by B whole square. So we know the cutoff frequency equal to C by 2 root M by A whole square plus N by B whole square. Okay. So we know M by A we are already calculated. So C by 2. So from this equation we can find out the cutoff frequency. So if the frequency is greater than the cutoff frequency, then only the wave is propagated through the medium. So if frequency is less than the cutoff frequency, then no wave will propagation. So for phase velocity will be there if your frequency is greater than the cutoff frequency. If it is less than the cutoff frequency, then no wave will propagate it, then phase velocity will become 0. So from this we can find out the phase velocity. Okay. So thank you everyone. In the next lecture we will see the unit